Hello and welcome to another video, and today has been a day. So it started with last week, Gearbox announcing that the content releases this week would be brought forward a day, matching the Xbox Series X launch, which is Australian Midnight Time, November the 10th, which filters back to November the 9th for the rest of the world. This meant that Gearbox was going out of its normal time frame, launching the DLC in patch, so things went a bit haywire. And outside of it being shaky, 2 patches, a DLC release in 2 sections for Epic, a hotfix, and then another patch later, well, we finally have all the content. Except for PC. It's 9 hours, actually 10 hours later, and we still don't have that patch. Console does though, and we've got a lot to cover. So I'm going to start with the free stuff, the stuff that's probably going to interest you the most. First, the weapon buffs, and here's just the values for them. The Phasor was buffed by 48%, the Ion Laser buffed by 50% with +2 projectiles, Shred of Fire plus 120%, Trevinator plus 138%, reminder, there's gone to Splash, Tunguska plus 50%, Link plus 57%, Rebel Yell plus 142%, Hornet 150%, plus 17 splash radius, Nemesis plus 37.5%, Flacker plus 50% with 22% fire rate and 16 mag size. Not sure those last two were intentional, but that's what we got anyway. So the Phasor buff didn't really seem to work. The Shred of Fire, the Trevinator, Hornet, and Nemesis are all chads, they're awesome. The Flacker is back to being... I wasn't immediately impressed, but I did just come from using the Plasma Coil, so probably look pretty weak, anything would. And then the Link and the Rebel Yell, of course, is still going to be a complete waste of time in Mayhem. Maybe good for story leveling, maybe. Then they also added Mayhem 11, a break from the nightmare that is Mayhem 10, unless you enjoy Mayhem 10, I'm not judging. But you can enjoy Mayhem free modifier mode now, you just select it from 10 to 11, you can roll back at any time, it's just swap between them, depending on what you want. Everything is the same, like, the loot is the same, like Mayhem, it's still Mayhem 10 loot, health values are still Mayhem 10, it's just that world drops are slightly less now to compensate for an easy time. Honestly, it's not really noticeable, so you can play either or now, it's nice to have the choice. And speaking of Mayhem, enemy damage. It's finally been fixed. So now you won't get 2-tapped by literally everything with a gun. Of course, some enemies can still nuke your existence, but that's Borderlands. And this is a bug fix, one that I'm very, very thankful for. Thank you, Gearbox, for fixing this. Now into character changes. There's a lot of them. There's been a bunch. So I'll get the nasties out of the way, starting with Moe's. So now, Fire in the Skag Gun only has a times 16 modifier in Mayhem 10 and 11. Unfortunately, this bonus element is now only 2.5 times more powerful per point than Amara's Capstone bonus element skill. And you can boost Skag Den to 5, and then further with class mods. Oh no. So anyway, Amara had Ties That Bind clicked again. This time they changed, it's literally the same change that they did like a month or so ago. They're just trying it again because that one didn't work. So what's supposed to happen is melee and gun damage are the only things to pass through ties. I'd tell you if it worked, but I can't because PC doesn't have the patch as I'm recording. Now onto the good stuff. Flak had Shed Spirit Change, so it now heals your pet. So if you blow yourself up with a multi-100 million hit Chaos Explosion, your pet doesn't die too. So that's nice. And Dominance has been buffed. It's beautiful. I covered it a few weeks back with just a short little gameplay. And basically what happens is the Dominant effect triggers on any ADS crit. If you're aiming down sight and you score a critical hit, that enemy gets dominated, and then it also now taunts nearby enemies, similar to Not My Circus and Red Fang. There's also a Radnova that triggers if dominance ends, but that basically never happens because the enemy dies first. In practice, this buff is insane. I love it. I'm pretty much locked into a red, blue, half green spec for Flak, so thanks Gearbox, thanks for the build variety. And they also fixed the head count glitch for the 7th time. Is it 7th? It's around there. Hopefully this one works. Zane. Zane. Apart from the absolute third purple tree, Competent Confidence got its damage buffed. I'd tell you the new value, but PC doesn't have the patch yet. It was also swapped with Distributed Denial on the skill tree, Denial now being tier 3, and Competence being Capstone. I don't understand that one. but hey, doing denial memes is a bit easier, I guess. Yeah. Now, Blue Tree. So, Seeing Dead class mod now gives 15% of its kill skill bonus to Seeing Red. So, overall, your power is the same, but other class mods get to enjoy some of that kill skill boosting action too. Now, also, Death Follows Close and Seeing Red was swapped on the skill tree. So, Seeing Red being tier 3 and Death Follows being the capstone. Doesn't really matter as you're likely to take both anyway, since Blue Tree's pretty stacked. But they got swapped again. Yeah, it's not the first time. And finally, Duct Tape Mod was buffed. Now even one skill point grants full immunity to self-damage. Yeah. Dots still go through, but yeah, it's immunity to self-damage is pretty great. I would show you gameplay here, but PC doesn't have the patch yet. They also tweaked Infiltrator to fill your shield before depleting it, so it's got a small extra use if you care. And they did a bunch of other optimizations and echo cast stuff as well. Onto the DLC things. DLC 5 launched, of course, today. The designers cut the first DLC out of 2 in Season Pass 2. This adds Arms Race, and it's fun. I really like Arms Race. It's just you, your movement, and your guns, and that's my favourite part about Borderlands. I like Arms Race. And then there's also the 4 skill trees, and I'm going to review every single skill tree. Flag. I will never use this. Modes. Has some pretty neat tech in it. Quite deceptively good. Good tree. Zane. Gun damage. Lots and lots of gun damage. And Amara. Ball. Just ball. Also, if you own either of the season passes, you'll have access to these lovely new body skins. Here's Mech Mummy Mose. Gearbox's words, not mine. Bull Cut Zane. The actual Tiger of Spartali. And, Pathfinder. You can also buy them individually, but please don't. They'll cost you an actual kidney. Just buy Season Pass 2, it'll be cheaper to get all 4 that way. And it'll come with 2 pretty neat DLC, so probably worth it. And that's pretty much it for today. So let me know which of these changes is your favorite, and because this is also a Borderlands 3 video, please also let me know how incredibly salty you are with literally everything Gearbox does. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.